Hello, everyone. Just an impromptu live. Just felt like doing this live. So, recent pickups from a couple of weeks ago and yesterday. First two are some books I picked up from Ollie's, my local Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap. I'm a Tolkien fan, so I saw this and I had to grab it. Figured, what the hell? The Hobbit, illustrated by David Wenzel and adapted by Charles Dixon. I don't know if that is the Chuck Dixon that we all know from comic books, Batman, Robin, and all that stuff. It's pretty good art. So that, and I saw this. This is the bar guide for the Dead Rabbit Bar in New York. That sort of got into the controversy with Image Comics over the Dead Rabbit comic book, which had to change its name. I'll probably do a review at some point on this, but I like that cover. The cover's pretty sweet. Even got a bunch of the rabbits on it, and they're upside down. But on one side is the comic book, and on the other side is the recipes for the drinks. So it's kind of cool. Before I get too much farther into this, this video is for adults only. That's in the description. I will be adding links in descriptions for whatever, for my pickups and stuff. Hey, John, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. This is just kind of impromptu. I didn't expect anybody to join me, but I picked up Dead Eyes issue 4. Read it, loved it. This is it's been pretty good so far. I've enjoyed it. The Dead Rabbit redo, I guess you want to call it, maybe. Charlie's going to watch with me anyways. I trust her to enjoy her shows. Hi, Charlie. How you doing, kiddo? Picked this one up yesterday, X-Force number 6. I haven't read it yet because I've been trying to read the order in the back of the book, and I'm not picking those other ones up. I'm the floppies. I'm reading them digitally, so I gotta read, I think, 4 or 5 issues. Hickman's kind of killing me with this stuff, but I love that cover, and I don't know who. John, do you know, is Dustin Weaver a new guy? Because I've never heard of him. And a Delgado on there too. Hey, Bueller, what's going on, buddy? Picked this one up. I want to say I already had it, but I still like that cover with Mongol on it. It's pretty sweet. Kyle doing his best to try to get out of that hold. Old Kyle, he's just starting and he's already getting beat up by Mongol. This one looked really cool. I've never heard of this. Millennium Comics. The Terror from Beyond Space. It just kind of looked very DC horror like. So I $1. I couldn't pass it up. Thanks for the kind words this morning, Bueller. Way above and beyond. Oh, I must have missed that one. I've never heard of Weaver, but I am. Oh yeah, I can get past issue 1. Yeah, I struggled with that at first. I said I'll give it another shot, with issue 2, and issue 2 was better for me. But I picked this one up. I also picked up what is it, issue 28 with Shang-Chi and Elektra on it. And they're kind of standing in a circle, almost like the Are You Experienced homage. But I seem to have put that in away already, which I know you shouldn't put things away until you read them, but I have that habit. But I like that one. Whoops. Machine Man number 7. I think I had this one too, but since I'm a Jack Kirby fan, I'll take it. Now, these next books I picked up yesterday. Visited some new places. One of them recommended by a friend. I'm sure he'll see this at some point. That's the One Wolf Gun, who has popped up in my chats. He's a local guy to me. Lives up Williamsport Way. But I picked this one up because I was like, oh, my wife will like that. But when I showed it to her, she didn't seem very impressed. So whatever. But Thor number 147, 12 center. It's not in too bad a shape. I didn't realize that the staples are a little rough. But that cover's really nice. I'd say maybe a 3 to a 4. I don't know. I don't grade books. Hey Tom, how you doing, sir? This one I picked up as well. Sergeant Fury and Silent Commandos number 62. Just the lines in that. I know Four-Way Flashers picked this issue up recently too, and he mentioned the drill sergeant pose there. It's pretty sweet. I had to get it home, and I had to, just like the Thor book, I had to melt it in Mylar, as legend would say. Yeah. I was confused. I don't know, John. I don't know if you saw me share that. I took a picture and shared it, and I didn't know what this meant. And JD said it means Marvel Comics Group, but I don't see it that often, so I wasn't sure what it was. And then I looked up the book, and it is a Jack Kirby cover, and I had to look at it a little more because I wasn't sure it was a Jack Kirby cover. But birthday book, I know I had trouble getting a sticker off the front. But July of '82, issue 61. So that's me. Star Wars. I picked this one up. It's pretty worse for wear, but 2 Horror Tales. This is I don't know if you want to call it not a subsidiary, but probably the lesser known book from Eerie. But some of the art in it's pretty sweet. Just your basic. Oh, there we go. There's some good stuff. Strange Ghosts. I'll grab that one. And I may have mentioned before, I decided to set a goal of all the Marvel graphic novels, and I was lucky enough to find this pretty cheap. The John Byrne and Kim DeMolder Sensational She-Hulk. This is number 18 in that group. I don't. That might be taken. I'm not sure. I was trying to look. Carl Burgos was editor on, and Irving Fass was the art director on it. I will have to look at this in a little more detail, and maybe I can give you an answer to that question. That's Star Wars. Oh, the Star Wars. Possibly. Oh, nope, Simonson. I don't know if you can see it there. See the dinosaur? Good old Walter. Close though. They lived together at one point or another. Yeah, I'm intrigued to read this one. The one thing that I noticed, I didn't pull it out of this bag yet, but the one thing that I noticed was there's kind of a chunk missing out of the cover, which I know that probably lowers the grade, and there's a big, I don't know what this is. It almost looks like something was laying on it at one point, like a weird kind of, I don't know what kind of stain that is. I don't even want to think about what kind of stain that is. Yes, I was right there. Legend and I stood there and watched that whole interview that he did with Shaken, and it was just Howard Shaken is great. I recommend anybody to even, it doesn't matter if you're getting something signed, just go up and talk to the guy, because he's got great stories. He's funny. He makes off-color comments that he doesn't think he's anything special. I remember the first time I met him, I was laughing at some of the stuff he was saying. He says, "That's cute that you think that's funny." So yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I would call him underrated, because I don't think that he gets some of the credit that he deserves. Probably because in some circles he might be considered an outcast or an outlaw. But I picked this one up at Comic Vault in Altoona. I decided to stop in and see what they had, and I said, "Oh, Massacre! I'll grab that one." So there was that, and I picked up, Walmart decreased the prices on some of their Legends toys, and oh my, Alec has his Jubilee. I got my Boom Boom, and I figured X-Force fan, Shatterstar was right there, so I grabbed him as well. I'll probably eventually try to get like Cannonball and Cable if I can find them. I know some of those guys were in other groups, other releases, and I could care less about the big builds. That's, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the rest of Warlock, but is what it is. Yeah. Mutant Massacre is an all-time favorite storyline. That was right as I started getting into it. Nice. Everyone's happy. It's true. I wouldn't mind having the Roro. She holds a special place in my heart. From the old cartoon from the 90s. But that's all I got. Eventually I'll read this thing. It's very heavy. So it's not something I would want to carry around with me. But I'm working on my list. I finally got it narrowed down. I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is my list for 2020. And I have New Gods #1 in an 8.0. So I figured I'm going to look for Forever People #1 in 8.0, which I'm watching one on eBay right now. Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen #134 in an 8.0, and Mr. Miracle #1 in an 8.0. I'm also looking at possibly picking up one of the Spellbound books from the 50s. It's an Atlas book, and they can be pretty pricey. 16 issue, 16/7 or 21 are the three that I'm trying to key on, but you know, and X-Men 55, which is my second favorite X-Men cover, these are some of the books that I'm going to try to go after this year. And as I said, I'm working on the Marvel graphic novel list, and I believe there is 34 of those, and I think I might have 10 of those books. My comic shop has quite a few of them that I'm going to try to snag. What do we got? Good morning, JB. How are you this morning, sir? Everyone is still asleep. Yep. JB is sneaking again. Nobody sleeps that late at my house. I've been super quiet. Marvel graphic novels are so great. I only have like 2 or 3. Yeah, I had, before I started this idea, I had New Mutants, the Marvel graphic #4, first appearance of New Mutants, and the Dreadstar graphic novel. I believe that's #3. And the only reason I had that one is because it's one of my birthday books. So I believe the Elric one is one of my birthday books too. I think that Elric came out in July of '82, and the Dreadstar book is it went on sale in July, but it's got a cover date of October, I believe, or November. I can't remember. But I picked up quite a few of the rest of them pretty cheap. Elric was one of them. The Captain Marvel one. God Loves, Man Kills. I'm really excited to read that one. I've heard really good things about that one. What else did I pick up? Void Indigo, which is Peculiar. I picked that one up actually from the New Dimensions comic shop out in Pittsburgh. Got that off of their eBay page for $4, I think. What was the other one? Heartburn. There's another one in there somewhere too. And obviously the Sensational She-Hulk. The X-Men one, and Doom and Doctor Strange. Yeah, the Doctor Strange one has me intrigued as well. That one, and there's one, it's about a vampire. Oh, it's on my want list on my comic shop. But the cover on it looks really sweet. But I'll put the Wikipedia list. I'll link that in the description whenever all this is done. And anybody who wants to look at it, they can check that out. I'll probably throw some links in for some of the other stuff in this video for Comic Vault and Ollies and all that stuff. Anybody who's never heard any some of that stuff, like the Ollies, I know they're not worldwide, so you can check those out and see what exactly the Mastodon is talking about. God Loves, Man Kills is an all-time classic, right up there with Days of Future Past. Nice. Now I'm really excited to read that, John. Thanks. Oh, I started reading the X-Men 2099 from the 90s. I worked on and I completed that whole run last year, the beginning of last year, the end of 2008. I don't remember, but I finally got around and I started to read it. That's only 38 issues and 2 specials, so it's 40 issues, and hopefully I can get through that rather quick, and move on to. I had started reading the New Mutants run, and so I'm 31 issues, whichever was the last Sienkiewicz issue, and that was the last one I read because I have the not the essentials. What are they called? The epic collections. And so I want to pick back up with that run and get rolling onto it. And I know issue 46 is in, for those interested in the Mutant Massacre. That's Uncanny X-Men 210 to 214, which holds in it the first fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. Whoop, almost lost it. X Factor, I can't even see it. X Factor numbers issues 9 through 11, which I believe is a second appearance of Boom Boom in there. New Mutants number 46, Thor 337 to 373 to 374, and Power Pack 27, and Daredevil 234. So that was quite the overarching arc, if that makes any sense at all. But that's all I had today. I'm gonna put these 2 bad boys back up here because I don't know that JB saw them, but I picked those 2 up yesterday, and I'm very happy to have them in my collection. Some Silver Age goodies. I like it. Look at Silver Age stuff. And yeah, that's it for me today. The wife is eager to. She's off for the weekend. That's one of the reasons I was out yesterday. She was off visiting family for her cousin's little one's first birthday party, and I didn't really feel like going. I just wasn't feeling it. But she's eager to go out and do something since she's got the day off, and we don't very often get the chance to have days off together. Check out my community page when you end the stream. I will, definitely, JB. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? Well, that's all I got for this. Again, I'm going to edit and check out their drop a bunch of links in there in the description. You can feel free to check those out. Feel free to like, subscribe. If you aren't already, leave a comment. If you didn't like something you saw or heard or whatever, let me know. I'll see if I can rectify that. And thanks for checking out the video. Thanks to everybody who stopped in and said hello. It's John's Comics with Kids, JB from Discovery Bay, Mark Spector, and where is he? He's in here, right there. Mr. Bueller, Comics with Bueller. I hope you guys have a wonderful finish to your weekend, and I hope everybody has a great week coming up. I know next week starts my another long week at work for me, so we'll see you guys later. See you in the chat, and as always, keep collecting, keep reading, and keep sharing.